Hi everyone, welcome to your July 2017 readings. This is for all Sagittarians. We got a popper. I'm going to try to cover home, work, and family. My readings generally are self-focused. It's just what they are. So I'll do my best to try to tune in. I deal with energies, so it's what the messages I'll get, right? Like the cards are just tools for the energies to come out. Everybody's got different abilities and a style, or hopefully you guys had a good June, and hopefully you're starting to feel really positive going out there and having fun. I'm actually at my sister's house. We're heading out today. It's Friday night. Oh yeah. I'm actually not much of a partier or a drinker. I have a Virgo rising, and Virgo risings, their bodies are extremely sensitive. Also sensitive to the environment. Like when things change, they're very sensitive. They can feel subtle changes. But with alcohol in my body, it doesn't agree with me. So, but as a Sag, if I do go out and have a good time, darn tootin', I'm going to be making sure that if I drink, it's going to be well worth it. But that only usually happens once or twice a year. It's usually with my sister. Yeah, she does know how to have a good time. We're going out to some trampoline, this big trampoline park, which sounds weird. There you go. I'm going to stop there. Alright guys, see what we can tune in for July. Okay, so for the first card we have is the Knight of Cups. The second card we have is the King of Cups. We have the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, or the Knave of Wands, sorry. So that's the Page of Wands. The Six of Swords. The Ten of Chalices. The Moon. The Ten of Swords. And we got your card, Temperance. Alright guys, so let's see what I'm going to pick up here. Just give me a moment. Alright, so what we have coming in for relationships, and the way I deal is everybody's different. Relationships come in all forms and partnerships, so it's children, co-workers, family members, grandparents, We got a lot of messages coming in. They could be written messages you're going to be getting, so a lot of social messages I'm getting. Distance. They're going to make you happy. Some of them are going to make you really happy. Be careful though with some of them, because we got the Moon here, right? So if you guys are single, then some of the offers that you're getting, there's hidden. They have hidden agendas, is what I'm getting. And for some of you singles, I don't think you've necessarily healed all the way from your ex or something. So you might need to take a little bit of a rest if you just got out of a relationship or something like that. You might need to, you might think that you're ready when you're not ready, is what the cards are saying, right? Don't push yourself. Give yourself some time to heal. I am getting, it's still what I'm getting with some of you Sages, okay? With the Moon, there could be some secrets that some of you guys are holding, and you could have good reason for it, right? There's some things that you're not yet. It could be even a trip, you're planning on taking a trip to see somebody, and you're not telling them maybe. But it's almost like what I'm getting in your relationships is that emotionally, okay, so emotionally you gotta still work on expressing yourselves, right? Like Sagittarius, well, I mean, Sagittarius can have a push-pull thing, right? Because like sometimes like when they do express themselves, they kind of pull back afterwards. It's that balance thing, right? Temperance, where they feel like they have to do that to balance the situation out. And other people, that can confuse them. But also this could be like you're sending messages about you want clarity about somebody's emotions, and they're not being direct, right? Or like maybe this is saying that in some of your relationships, what I'm getting is that you have to be direct, but consider the emotions before you're direct. Like switch up the words you say a little bit, because there's a sense here of being naive and childish a little bit, right? Like you could be, right? Like, but with your, if you have children, what I'm seeing with the relationships with your children, okay, I'm seeing, well, I'm seeing that your children do miss their father, so you might like, the trip that I'm getting, maybe like the father, like you can somehow combine the father in the trip, or like having dinner with the father if you're separated, with the children or something, getting them together, like the whole family. It'll really do, what I'm getting is it'll really do the kids a lot of good just to see the whole family and like laughing and stuff, joking around, you know. Like Sagittarius are pretty good when they separate with an ex. At some point they're able to, you know, they're on friendship terms usually. So, but that's coming through that your children, it could be father, like, it is fathers are important for the children. So like if you have children, it's important for you to spend time with them. And you're a Sag man, it's important that you spend time with them. They could really send you messages that are quite heartwarming. Even make, your children might be making like handcrafted things that are really like heartwarming, I'm getting. It'll like, if you like sit down and do little crafts and stuff with your kids, it could be like quite fun, you know, like, I'm even seeing like dancing too in the house, like dancing with the kids, which could be quite fun, like turning on even some of your old tunes that you grew up listening to, you know, like I was listening to Salt and Pepper with my mom. My mom was blaring Salt and Pepper, that Push It song, and we were bopping around in the house. That was pretty fun. Or Mom's and Aries they're pretty fun, you know. Where and it's like with the Knave of Wands here, that's like the Aries energy, right? Because Aries is like the child, like of the fire signs. It's like the baby, right? So like in your relationships, what it's saying is like to get more in tune with like the Aries energy, or it could be like there's an importance with Aries coming through here. Trip overseas. But if you have children, the father's important. If you're the female, the father is important in the relationships with your children. So maybe trying to get more of a connection with that. You might be getting a lot of emotional offers too from you, like gentlemen. You're getting a lot of offers too. So the same stands for you guys. There could be like there's some stuff that's hidden that you don't know about in the offers, right? Like hidden agenda. There's a hidden agenda. So just be careful with that, right? Like, doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just saying to, you know, don't wear rose-colored glasses is what it's saying. It's like being realistic about things, you know, like, but don't be like don't be too logical, because Sagittarius are very logical. Like, you know, like you gotta have like that Aries, you gotta have that kid, that sense of wonder, you know, like it's not gonna be what it was in the past. Like leave the past behind you type thing, move forward. What we have going on at work, work seems really nice, okay? Okay, work seems like you guys are actually going to be taking a rest from work, which is really good, Sagittarius, if you're doing that, you know, like you need that. It's summertime, we got to get out there, we got to play, get into the fresh air. You're going to be feeling very emotional too, which is quite nice. It is saying that you're taking a rest from work, but it's needed because you're going to gain wisdom and knowledge. Like it's like going to recharge your battery, bring you clarity. but I'm getting a strong sense of 2 children here with taking a trip with them, even to like the zoo and stuff like that, amusement park, like packing a cooler and going to an amusement park or some sort of fair or event or something. I'm seeing like events. The King of Cups here, I feel like you're like, the cards are basically saying that I feel like there's some sort of victory that you're going to gain, and like there's this really nice, it's like I'm seeing like it's almost like the yin yang symbol, but I'm also seeing like the infinity symbol. Like it's like I'm getting this like at work. This is like with your coworkers and stuff. Like it's a nice fluid exchange of like even give and take. You know, like I'm getting this like oh, it's hard to put into words. Like it's like acknowledgement and people acknowledging each other for their skills, you know, which is like a Sag's greatest. Sagittarius are very gifted at that, you know, like they don't, you know, it's like there's no ego and pride involved. People are just like working together, you know, respecting each other type thing is what I'm getting at work. And you're like well celebrated. It's also seeing, but here's the thing, like what's coming in though, okay, you guys, what you need to be aware of is we got the 10 of Swords. So like, okay, I'm feeling a very high and positive vibration with you, and I was feeling this last month too. But there is this sense of like jealousy around you and people around you, possibly wanting to prohibit you from moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, and don't let that influence you. You know, if that starts happening, then you need to back away from it. Don't get involved in any of those situations. If you do get involved in it, it's saying it will harm your work, and you could like the secrets or whatever's being said. Like I'm hearing chit chat. Like you could have got recognized or something, and then there's like rumors and chit chat behind. Like I'm getting chit chat. But it's like, no, don't worry, you have the 10 of Cups, all right? So stay focused on you, still do you. You know what I mean? Like the positivity, if like when you get haters coming at you or like people at work, because I'm seeing positivity at work where it's weird that I'm getting, so it's like some people are going to be elevated, and then others around you are going to be operating from low vibration, like hyenas coming at you. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like because they want what you have, or it's just jealousy. They're operating from ego and pride, right? So what the cards are saying, what's very important for you, right? Because like this is going to occur, and what it's saying is that you need to okay, when these situations happen, you need to step away from it and not get involved, okay? Don't allow your ego and pride to blind you, okay? They could be really hurtful messages at work, or like people could be trying stuff, you know? Like don't get involved in it at all. Step back, observe, you know, play the fool, you know, like. Okay, what we have at home, okay? So it seems like for some of you guys, there's a lot of arguing and fighting happening, right? A lot of like, I don't know if it's spite, but it's like arguing over simple things. Like we got 5 of Swords here, right? Like so it's like one-upmanship at home, you know, like even your kids could be trying to one-up each other, you know, like if she has that, why don't I have that type thing, or if he gets that, then why don't I have that type of thing, right? And it seems like I was saying, it's like your children needed more, if you have children, then it's because your children are seeking attention, right? Like bonding time. And not just like, you know, like you reading them stories before bed could be really good, but it's like going out and doing things, involving them, making dinner, you know, like having taco night with the kids, you know, like getting them to make their tacos. I always bring up pizza too. It's the simplest thing to make. Pizza dough. You make the dough for them, like shape it out, and then they put all the toppings, make their own pizza, you know, have fun. It's about having fun, you know, like the 10 of Cups we have here, the Knave of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. It seems like that's, you know, it's like the emotions flowing, you know, like it's really abundant is what it's saying. And what's going to come in at home is balance. Like you're going to gain the balance back with temperance here, right? Like, so what, like even at work, you got to stay balanced here. Like the ego and pride, ensure that you don't react to anything coming at you, right? Like for some of you guys, this Knight of Cups, it's a King of Cups. Okay, so like there's a water sign or a gentleman that has water in his chart somewhere. He does have a child. I am seeing a child. He could be making an offer towards you, but it seems to be like you're conflicted by it. All right, so trust your instincts. All right, do trust your instincts. For some of you, I feel like ladies, it's even the ladies. It's coming through a younger fire sign could be making an offer towards you. So like there could be like a 5 to 6 year gap or something. A 6 year gap, 5 year gap between the two of you. And that could make you a little uncomfortable. And it's saying like, okay, we're just stay, like you're not like it's telling you not to rush into anything, like relationship wise, like because you got healing to do. Like you do have healing to do. Okay, but or somebody's giving you messages. I do feel like even for you men, it could be there's this age gap. Like there's an age gap. There's an age difference where don't, like just the fire sign seems like a very the cards are saying he's a positive fit. Like whoever this fire sign is a positive fit for you, like for at least for this moment in life where you're at, right? Like don't get carried away. The 10 of Cups here, right? Like Sagittarius tend not to do that anyways, so like but this person is going to bring you abundance. This fire sign is going to bring you abundance. This water sign I would be skeptical about. I would be skeptical about the water sign. But that's not to say, like if you're dealing with a water sign that is like, if you're dealing with a water sign, it seems like there's a lot of arguments and there's something hidden with them. So again, don't wear rose-colored glasses. All right, I'm going to pull, I got these little mini cards. So I'm just going to pull those. But first oh, this is nice. Okay, so for relationships, okay, so it's saying what not to do in relationships is, okay, again, it's coming down to healing. You guys still need to heal in your relationship. So even with your family members, your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters, there's healing that needs to be done with them. Your children, there's healing that needs to be done, okay? So don't just pretend like everything's okay when it's not okay. There's still work and effort that needs to be put in, and you're going to have to do small gestures, but it is being more emotionally open. So that's like more hugging and kissing, more noticing like the little things and being appreciative of the little things, of like even if your children put things away, saying thank you for that afterwards, that really helped mom out or dad out, like teaching your children to help out the other parent, like hinting towards that. It's like kind romantic gestures too that you need to do, like in relationships. It would be like being more romantic, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got the Two of, I don't know if you guys see that, the Two of Swords. So it's this water sign here. Honestly, I would avoid the water sign. Like, I'm not getting a good vibe from this water sign at all. Okay, in the fire sign, we had the Empress that came out on top of the fire sign. So this fire sign really sees you as somebody who's abundant, and like the fire sign has value in you. There's value with the fire sign. the water sign might have some healing to do, or the water sign has an actual another person, maybe even. Because I'm not gonna like. I feel like that water sign. There's just I would like give that water sign time if you're really interested in them and you're not connected with them. If you are connected with the water sign, well then that water sign, it is saying that that water sign has a lot going on, and this like if you feel they're hiding stuff, it could be like they have stuff happening at home or like at work, and it's like it might not even be a water sign, but this person might be emotionally closed off, whoever you're dealing with, because they just got a lot happening, or they're just emotionally blocked, right? So then that means that you're gonna have to give them compassion and empathy, and you're gonna have to be a little patient with them if you really want them, right? But if a water sign comes to you and you're single, I would kind of try to avoid that person, at least for a little bit. We have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, okay, so the problem at work, okay, like, don't, at work you have a very positive foundation. It is saying some of you need to take a rest in order to keep your foundation stable, because there's balance you need, right? Like, you need clarity for yourself, and you can't serve from an empty vessel, is what it's saying. What's coming at you, okay, is going to be people being jealous of what the praise you're getting. I'm feeling like some of you are getting praised, right? Like the water sign at work, I feel, is different than I feel like the romantic water sign coming in. The one at work, I feel like, is quite positive. The guy at work, he's quite positive. Or a man at work is going to be giving you praise, you know? Like, there's this nice flow of energy, though, going back and forth. It's like, what I'm seeing and feeling is quite nice. But people are going to be coming at you because of the positivity that's happening for you right now. The fighting at home, okay, like, Okay, so the problem at home is money. Okay, so if your children are acting out and stuff like that, it's because you're working too much. You're not spending enough time with them. You also need to temper your attachment to money. It's saying here, okay. Some of you guys have debts that you have to tend to. It is saying you can't avoid that, okay. We have the Devil here on top of Temperance. So you're really gonna have to, like, and I'm getting, this came up too before. Okay, if you have children, then the problem is your finances. It's like you're so concerned about money that, okay, like, you're not going to be able to get that time back with your children that you're absent from, right? Like, and your children may act out because of that, right? And it's not because they're bad children or, you know, like, or moody. It's because they miss their mom or they miss their dad, right? Like, and if you're not present, then that can actually cause behavioral issues, right? Like, as they're getting older, they'll start acting out, and they could be troubled teens and stuff like that from a lack of parenting, right? So the cards want to warn you of that, right? So, like, find the balance, and as Sagittarius, you can find that balance, right? Like, so, like, taking a trip could be quite valuable for you guys. Okay, what not to do at work, okay, is get too comfortable. Like, again, as I was saying earlier, don't allow ego and pride to get involved, okay? So if you're getting praised, don't gloat about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a sense of keeping it humble and even keel at work. Just doing you, okay, at work. And you do, like, somebody at work really thinks that you're quite, like, magical is what I'm getting. Somebody at your job might have a crush on you. It could even be a younger fire sign. But at home, there's this like new start, new beginning, right? Like as I was saying earlier, getting being more like a child with your children, having fun, dancing around with them. But there's like you can no longer avoid. Some of you could even be using work as avoidance to not cope or deal with leftover past relationship issues, a separation, or you're using work to avoid things. You can't avoid things, right? To get like if like a relationship is like having difficulties, then you need to get the romance back. There has to be work involved in that, right? Like so like just like your job, you don't move ahead in work, right, without putting the work and the effort in it. Well, relationships are the same thing. You need to put work and effort in it, right? Sometimes you need breaks too. But you can't just always take a break from the relationship. Like I'm getting this like avoidance with your job, either like it's affecting your home, and it's affecting like this need for money is affecting your home, and it's affecting your relationships. So we got to get that balanced, right? Like because sometimes basically the cards are saying is like, okay, take a pause, because right now the cards are saying you have more than enough and more than what you need. So now balance everything else out, right? Like get everything else organized and balanced, all right? And then go back to your money, right? But like start correcting things around you, and then focus more on your money. Some of you though have debts that you need to tend to. That is coming through here. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you next month, or sorry, mid-month, and ciao for now.